All right, so this is day 3. I don't think I'm gonna post day 2 for YouTube because it was just another hour and a half of boring product research. However, I'm gonna tell you what qualified. So it was 2 products. One was this, which has been blowing up for the past like 2 months. And honestly, like I've had my eye on this product for particularly for this account. Um, but yeah, let me see. When did they make their account? Because I found his account right when he made it. Yeah, that's like a month and a half. I tried to source it back then, but I wasn't even sure whether I should run it. But yeah, thinking about it, like after 2 days of product research, I figured out that this is probably the best product to test for you guys because it literally ticks all of the boxes, and it's the type of product which I would run. So if anyone wants to test it, you could literally take my product right now and test it for yourself. The only thing which you have to keep in mind is I'm not gonna use the same marketing angle as they did, but instead I'm gonna find like a untapped or unsaturated at least way of marketing it. So they went for, the ultrasound type of image. I'm gonna show you the video. So as you can see, it's very emotional product, especially with the way he's marketing it, and it makes sense why this is blowing up. Like this is literally their first post, and it has like 250k likes. However, there's literally like an infinite ways of marketing this product because one is you don't need to customize it from the supplier. Instead, you receive the product and then you just plug in the USB and you could plug in any video you want. So today I might be selling it for women, and then next week I might be selling it for men, for example. This is a broad example. And this gives me way more flexibility to test multiple angles and see what works best. You could even create multiple accounts, one for men, one for women, one for anime, one for mothers, one for dogs. It's a good product. Okay, that's the short answer. It's a good product. So obviously what I just said in this past like few minutes is a big deal. Like these things I'm gonna write down a criteria for what is like a perfect product, and what I just mentioned the past few minutes kind of ticks all of the boxes, which is having a sort of product which is not limited. So I'm literally just I'm gonna put them in order from the most important to the least important, okay? So what would you consider as a winning product? One is customizability, and this not only comes with the product itself, but also in terms of marketing, okay? So again, for this particular product, the orb itself is not custom. However, the way you market it is custom. Another example is this product, which has been around for years. It's again not a custom product, but it has like tens of thousands of games, or that's what they claim for it to have. So technically, they can create infinite ways of marketing it. You know. So yeah, that's pretty much like the first factor which I keep an eye for, which is having flexibility in terms of how you market it, marketing wise, or literally the product wise. And obviously, product wise would be the second product, which actually qualified from my day one, which I posted on YouTube, the blackout blinds. Now, that is a more advanced product, so I might actually test it. And whoever saw that video, you could literally just see any of the products which I chose and run them yourself. Now, you might argue that blackout blinds has been outdated. It's been around for a while, which I kind of agree, which makes it a more challenging product to run because the product by itself is not bad. Like, the more I researched it, I realized you don't just find it on Amazon, okay? It's a custom product. It has like, you need to give us, the dropshippers, your height and width of your window, and then we're gonna send it to our supplier, and then they ship it. So it actually ticks the boxes for a winning product, but marketing wise, it's very hard to market it. Hence why I didn't pick it. So for this particular challenge, we're gonna go for the orb. It's hopefully, like, I'm gonna try my best to actually blow this up in a matter of days to weeks and show you guys throughout the process from A to Z. So yeah, one was customizability, we're done with this. Two is the wow factor. Okay, and you hear this a lot. I heard this like since day one. And the simplest way I could explain what a wow factor is it would stop you from scrolling. And some products are too cool or too wow factory to the point where you just need to show the product and it will sell itself. It will go viral. There's a lot of products like that. The first thing that comes on top of my head is the mini iPhone, and that was like, again, a very big winner last year, sorry. And you just had to show the product and it goes viral. So that's a wow factor. 3 is shareability or some sort of emotion. Now I would put those in the same category as value. Okay, so what is value is basically having some sort of importance to you. So it doesn't need to necessarily solve a problem. Don't get them twisted. So value does not mean you solve a problem. No, it means the product sparks an emotion which makes people share it. Okay, or what would be the other one? I mentioned shareability, and what was the other one? Shareability. Okay, emotion. So yeah, again, value is a product that sparks an emotion, which in turn, becomes shareable, has shareability. And one of the products which, like, I can think of right now is, the seasonal products like water glocks, which people sell during the summer. It's typically like not a very cool product. However, there's new variants which comes out every year. Recently there's been like a cool one which has some cool lights. I'm not gonna look for it right now, but what I'm trying to say here is these sort of products, when they blow up, people tend to share them to their friends, which makes them all buy it. Okay, and why do they buy it? To have this sort of experience. Okay, that's the word I was trying to look for. So yeah, value means giving some sort of emotion, which in turn makes them share it with each other and provides a better experience. Okay, number 4. So I mean, these 3 are like the most important. Let me think if there's any other factors. I mean, obviously margins. I recently have only been going for high margin products. So typically anything that costs more than like $60, especially with all the tariffs and shit. So yeah, at this point, like, even I don't mind going for up to $150 worth of products. It's really doable, and I've tested, trust me, like, this coming from someone who's tested products that costed $20 3 years ago or 2 years ago. So yeah, always go for, like, if it's possible, either try to find a higher profit margin product or look for a product which you can increase the AOV, make bundles for it. So yeah, I think these are like the most important ones for now, because let's see, like the orb, it takes the first one, and honestly this is like the golden one. If I were to pick just one factor for why would I go for a product, or why would I call it a winner, it's this. This will provide you, in terms of brands, we're talking about brands here, it provides you way more longevity in terms of, rebranding or just reviving the product in terms of marketing. And you have to remember, we're living in attention era and information. So you need attention if you want to bring in sales. And how do you get attention? You need to market. You need marketing. So for that reason, you're going to hear this word a lot, viral. We need to go viral. So the wow factor is actually linked. Like I could put a number 5. Speaking of virality or attention. So validation, okay? What I mean by this is, so virality slash validation, which is very related to wow factor, but the reason I'm putting it separately is because you need to find a product which has been recently, like, the talk of the people, okay? Recently has been going viral. And honestly, the reason, like, this links to the reason I didn't go for the blinds. It doesn't go as much viral as back in the days, to the point where I would argue that you would run it, you're better off running it as a paid ad product than an organic product, okay? So you need to find a product which has a lot of attention at the moment. And this is a good example. This product was going insanely viral like a year ago or 2 years. Now, I don't even see people going viral with it anymore. There's multiple factors for that reason. Maybe one is it's oversaturated to the point where people started, like, they got over it. They feel like it's, an old trend. Or two is because it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't bring as much value to the customer as before. Like, there's no other explanation to it, But yeah, I'm gonna take a quick look if anyone has any comments. I don't even have the chat here. I'm gonna have to open it from my laptop. Okay, this is better. So I hope this last point was was clear. So I hope the last point was clear, is that you need to have a market for the product, meaning you need to have some attention already existing in that particular, in the niche of your product. And I've heard this in multiple areas. It doesn't only have to do with dropshipping. If you want to sell something, you're better off selling it to a pre-existing market than creating a new market for it. Okay? And some people would find this, like, they would mistake this for saturation. Okay? Now, the reason why it's not the same as saturation is because, although what I'm trying to say here is you're going into a saturated market where there's a lot of demand for it. But what makes you pop out of the, competition is that you have the first factor, which is have a custom product, or at least custom way of marketing your product. And that way you're gonna just by default get more sales than others because you're doing something different. So this answers the controversial question whether you should run a saturated product or not. And someone watching this might think that this product is already saturated. I might agree. There's like 1,000 other dropshippers selling it right now. However, if we find one different angle than the majority, we could make this work, okay? And I'm gonna bring you guys with me. I'm gonna do this live. Currently, we're waiting for the product to arrive. So there are multiple things we have to do today. Now that we've done the winning criteria list, we can move on to the next point, which is what should I do right now? I'm waiting for the product. It's gonna take some time to arrive, by the way, because it's not from Amazon, but that's okay. We're gonna make a list, okay? What's the plan for today? And you could apply the same plan for yourself whenever you order a product. So number one is you're not gonna make a website. Okay? This is not what you wanna do. There's a lot of people, especially when I first started, and the thing is, in the organic market. We're not doing Facebook ads, we're doing organic. And this is a confusion. This is a confusing part. Is that when I first started, people would make like 10-hour guides showing you how to make a website for an organic store. And I'm telling you, this is not gonna matter right now. All you have to do is forget this first point, okay? So this is an X. Instead, we're gonna have to do a lot of research and preparation for the accounts. So the account is the main priority right now. Okay. We're gonna have to obviously find a name, make a logo. And then 3, we're gonna have to research marketing angle, competitors. What else? So we're gonna have to warm up the accounts. We're gonna have to research the angles. This is very important, by the way. Let me think, what else? What would I do right now? I mean, I have 2 phones. I'm gonna have to make 6 accounts, 3 on each. We're gonna have to warm them up. Mainly those 4 for now, or those 3 for now, because these are actually very in-depth. I'm gonna have to break them down. And the reason why I say here theme pages is because we're trying to focus on IG. And for Instagram, the best way by far to not only go viral, but also to, in general, just warm up your account, is to create a theme page, which is dedicated to only posting your niche sort of content until you receive your product. And the reason why this is so perfect, by the way, is because now instead of waiting 14 days or whatever to receive my product, I could, make a theme page on all of my phones, all of my accounts, and start posting just like any other, fan base or niche base account, and then obviously give credit so that you're legit. And by the end of, the 10-day wait time, you'd have accumulated some views, some followers, whatever, maybe even gone viral. And that's where you rebrand, put your logo, put everything, and start, posting your product. So this is typically like what our goal is right now. And I'm gonna obviously take you through this. Any comments, boys? Is it clear so far? By the way, it's very freaking cold. I'm trying to hold on. Yo, can you turn it off? Thank you. Okay. Did you find a supplier? Yes. I had to speak with GoShip Pro. I highly recommend them. Not sponsored, but I've been using them for a while. And the reason they're super good is because once you work with them for a while, they would get you inventory. At first, I thought it was like a special thing, like when I first worked with them and we brought some sales. But then I realized they do the same for pretty much every single person. If you bring in sales, they will buy inventory. It would obviously make sense. Maybe it made sense because it was a viral product and they're buying inventory for everyone running that product. But yeah, it's a very, very good service. Let me try to open the chat here. Hold on. Oh, you can see this. Hold on. There we go. Yo, P Mick. Pili was good, bro. Dikara. The boys are here. Okay. So, yeah, first step obviously is the account, and we're gonna have to do that. It's really important again. I'm gonna have to highlight this part because this is like the new meta, okay? Right now, I don't know if I could find it, but in my last stream, I showed you guys some theme pages which people were making. And actually, before we do this, I need to go through the research because I need to figure out what marketing angle am I gonna go to, like specialize in, before I create this theme page and start posting content from. And trust me, by the way, for you to create these theme pages and post all these viral videos, you need to do a lot of market research or content research. You need to find a lot of competitors. Okay. The reason why this is really important as well is because you find other dropshippers and take ideas from them and apply to yours, even if they're not in your same niche. This is why also having burner accounts is important. If you're new, burner account is an account where you only warm it up to show dropshipping content. Okay, so if you were to spend like an hour every day on that account, even if you have a good product, if you just spend like an hour every day, you're gonna eventually find this one idea which you never thought of and then apply to your product and go viral. So yeah, without any further ado, we're gonna have to create now the new accounts and research. We're gonna have to research a lot. Luckily we have AI now, which could help a lot. So let me bring over the link. Okay, so I'm gonna have to test things out. I don't think they can read the website. I need the 4.0, right? Anyway, let me try. Oh, okay. It works without an account. That's kind of OP. Let me turn this off. Okay, so one is tangible memories. Now this is obviously what we saw earlier. Like a baby's first steps or grandparents' message. Okay. Okay, let's make this more specific. I want it to I want 10 different okay. Oh, there we go. The thing is, I've seen so many products the past year that have been going crazy viral with the similar niche or pretty much the same like concept of the product. The thing is, one of them is actually a very good product, which I haven't shown you guys yet. But what I'm trying to say here is there's been a lot of products which are targeting emotions lately. And what we could do is check all of the previous products which are no longer valid because they're outdated, and then take their ideas and apply it to ours. So this is one of them. The reason I mentioned that is because of this. Some products were targeting, you know, storytelling of military families and stuff, which is kind of cool. Like, it's kind of interesting. Never seen this before. So so new parents, long distance couple, military families, weddings, pet owners. This is saturated. Graduates and students. This is powerful. Like, no matter how saturated this is gonna be, this is like one of the best. Okay. I'm gonna give it one more try to see if there's even better. But so far, I would say this is one, but this is obviously taken. Like, there's definitely people running this before, but we could find better storytelling scripts or videos to show in the orb. And the best part is, I'm actually gonna reveal like one of the strategies which I'm gonna do, which is running multiple accounts of the same product. I've never seen this shit before, but it's really valid. Like, this strategy is super good. Actually, there's one person who's done it before. Credit goes to GoSnap. If you know, you know. This guy made like different accounts for the same product. That was super cool. So let's see. Eco. Okay. AI is cooking, but this is like a bit hard to like the first one is not even doesn't even make sense. Pet memorial gift market in high pet ownership. Adventure travel. Influencers. Adventure travel. Okay. This is one. Okay, this is interesting. Oh wait, let me just put it on my other screen. Trying to find like some new new angles. What else looks good here? Event branding, no. Local culture and festival, no. I mean, this could be interesting, but it's not as emotional. I kind of like this the most. Okay, let's focus on elderly and So memorial videos, I think this is the best. I'm definitely gonna have to make one account for this, and then another account for a different set of audience. This way I could target two different audiences with two different brands. I could even rename them. That's the crazy part, boys. You could literally create two different brands, two different Shopify stores of the same product. Okay, the orb actually has audio, which is a big deal. So having voice messages or last words in the orb could be really good. Like, it could spark a lot of emotion. Okay, ChatGPT is cooking, boys. Pet memorial, short video of a beloved pet. I don't think I'm gonna do pets, although I've seen like a few, but I think this is way more like this is way more influential. Tribute videos. Or should we? Should we just try? I'm gonna make one just for pets and then one for memories. Because they're going for the ultrasound angle and that's really good. Let me check. Okay. So the main reason they went super viral. Should I include pets? I think no. Let's just focus on this for now. Okay. The first angle is really strong. Okay. So the target emotional trigger, hearing a loved one speak again. Okay. So the visual. I'm gonna have to like extract all the important stuff and put them on my drive or on my notepad. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this part Okay, so that's one. I'm still looking through ChatGPT to see if there's anything else to take. Uh-huh, there we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep those as reference for the moment I start searching for content online that I could get inspiration of to replicate. Okay, so more specifically, memorials and okay, so as a start, this is definitely gonna be on the list. And then I could create another account for pets, but this is gonna be the main one for now. So let's create an account. Okay, actually, hold on. Give me 20 names for a brand that sells these custom orbs for nothing really. Actually, focus on the vocal part of the orb. I think that's the best selling point of the orb, is that it has audio in it. Oh, this is sick. Hold on. Last echo sounds the best, but I want the word orb. I mean, his page is called Glow Memories. Echo Orb. I think Last Echo is nice. There we go. I think this is sick. This is. Can you do better than Last Echo? I wanted to start with Last. I think that's so cool. Like, that was brilliant from AI. Okay. Okay, I think that's the name, boys. We're cooking. I'm just gonna put anything here. Okay, here obviously I'm gonna have to. I'm just noting the password because it's like a random password. Oh, come on. Okay, I can't really show this, boys. Hold on. Okay, we're in. Okay, account made. Okay, just doing the boring stuff. Hold on, boys. Okay, almost done. The fuck is this sound? Okay, we're in. What you doing? It's day 3. We're doing a challenge. I'm gonna be showing you A to Z how to start dropshipping organically with no ads, no capital, just plain hard work. And yeah, step 1, which is the hardest part, is done. We spent 2 days finding a product. Now it's time to prepare for the product. Where's the RMP content? Bro, I was speaking with Dikara. And I'm not gonna lie, I expected Mop to be way more hyped. I was very disappointed. I was like, I had this like 1% chance of playing it just for fun, like for a day, for nostalgia reasons. But I realized nobody even cares. It didn't get any attention whatsoever. So, two products qualified from day one, the blackout blinds and this one. Now, this one has been, I'm just doing it for the challenge purposes. This is a valid product, it's actually good. You can run it for pretty much any market. Plus, you could just pump and dump it. But the reason why this is even better than a pump and dump product is because you can brand it. And what I specialize in is IG branded stores. We run like accounts all over, on TikTok, YouTube, whatever. But we're doing branded organic, not just organic. There's a lot of people, whenever you try to search up anything that had to do with dropshipping, 99% of the time they're going to tell you go for pump and dump, find a product, test like 5 products a month, you know, every week you could dump it if it doesn't work out. But this is more like 2021, 2022 sort of strategy. Nowadays, every advanced dropshipper has shifted to branded, and the brand is just like a disguise. It's more like a shield on top of your product to make any sort of objections go away. Where people could ask like, wouldn't I find this on Amazon? Wouldn't I find a higher quality product on somewhere else? It removes all of these objections because you make it look like a brand and you market it like a brand professionally. So, yeah. And it's a long term product. Obviously, this is not my main product, but I see potential in this. Like, this could do well for a few months. I don't know if this could do well for like longer than this particular trend, because currently the attention is there. Um, so yeah, I just gotta fill in the gap. So glow memories. Okay. So at this point, once you find the product, you don't just sit down and wait whatever it takes for it to arrive. Instead, you have to actually put in some work and prepare your accounts. So what I'm doing right now is I'm gonna follow pretty much every competitor that I find, plus anything that has to do with the niche that I'm in. Um, in fact, I'm gonna turn it into a theme page. So maybe I could keep this name for now, but yeah, next time maybe I wouldn't put the word orb because this product is gonna take a while to arrive, maybe a week. So from now till then, it's gonna be a theme page. So we're gonna just post viral content. Now, what I'm looking for here is viral content to save for the time I receive the product, and I just wanna get going with the content creation. As you can see, this is one day, posted yesterday, 80,000 likes. That's really good. Okay, so it's actually going for memories or like couples. Interesting. Oh, it's a new account too. Okay. I wanna see the other account. Okay. Seems like they're not going viral here. Oh. Okay. That's a good video. Interesting. So we found 2 pages so far. I'm gonna have to obviously warm this account up. So if we want to go for memorials, it's gonna have to be a bit different. Different sort of audience or like content that I'm gonna be looking for. So this is obviously for mothers, and then the other product is for couples. Let me try to remember what was the name of that product. Let me see, maybe I can find some products here from my burn account. I'm basically looking for any product which has to do with memories or loved ones to feed my For You page. This has 600k likes. Bump and beyond. Okay. Did you test order? Yes. Well, the one you showed me. Wait, are you the same guy? Are you Dara? Or no? You are? Yeah, the one you showed me. I said it's bad, the account. The guy who was selling it, it's a bad account. You should have seen this guy. This guy is doing well. The one I linked to you. But anyways, we're trying to look for a new sort of angle. So فهمنا بالعربي شنو dropshipping. Okay, what is dropshipping? The easiest way I can explain it, although this video is not supposed to be for dropshipping, but or like for explaining the basics. You are a middleman, okay? You are sitting down on your laptop, and then you make a website. Okay. Now, obviously, the website is not the first thing you do. Later, and then I would say you don't even make a website. You just market. You post shorts on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, and IG, Instagram. And then the moment you go viral, that's where you make the website. Then you have the customers. They go to your website, they purchase, they pay you $50, and now you go to your supplier, you pay him 20, and then he ships it all the way to the customer. It's that simple. Okay, so the customer pays you, you pay your supplier, and then he ships it directly to the customer. It's that simple. But obviously this is like the surface level. This is like the tip of the iceberg. You could take this multiple levels ahead. You could have like a system of a team, and then 10 different accounts posting, and then turning it into an actual brand. There's levels to it. How much? I think he made like, the thing is I didn't do the math, but he had like over 100 sales. Yeah, I didn't see. All right. So let me check this page on my other account. Okay, Okay, this is a very big page. I think they rebranded. Let's take a look. Okay, so they started in May, 2 months ago. Oh, they were running the old product. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the first thing I thought. Like, this orb I'm testing right now is basically like the better version of the old orb. So, and the old orb like was a approved winner. Lots of people were running it. This was a custom product, but you could clearly tell it's not as good as the new one because this is static. The new one is, you know, you could at any moment just change the video. Plus, it has sound. Okay, interesting. I would honestly test order this page. I'm gonna send you the link, bro, if you wanna check this page as well on Discord. Okay, so we found some competitors. I was hoping he has someone followed, which I could get inspiration from. Okay, I wanna find some viral content for the new product though. This has been a very trendy format recently, but obviously there's a lot of work that they put into the video. Like, this is obviously handmade. I want to figure out what sort of angle they're going for. Okay, so here is the... Okay, they're just copying the other guy. Thing is, I don't want to open my For You page yet. I want to like try to warm it up more. Let me see my other screen. Oh, this product, memory flick. Okay, this is the sort of product I want to look for when it comes to warming up my new account. What I'm doing is I'm taking the saved accounts from my burn account to my new account so that I could just quickly find people to follow and warm up my account. Did he stop 1 week ago? I personally didn't like this product. It's very simple, basic, but they might have made sales. He was getting a lot of views. 28 million. Okay, I guess that's it for now. Worth it? You need to find unknown product and trusted one. Well, I guess what you're trying to say, unsaturated products? Not really. What I'm literally doing right now is I found a product which has millions of views. It's technically saturated for the past 2 months, but I just did some research. We're gonna target a different angle of marketing the product, and this way we're gonna basically eliminate the competition. So if I would warm up the account properly and I go viral with the right content, um, I'm gonna have a different set of eyes, different set of audience. So there's nothing such as saturation. One moment. I'm gonna check the For You page off stream to see how it's looking. Okay, I'm literally just gonna leave this on repeat. I'm gonna see if I can find something here. Couldn't you just say dropshipping never works, it's just selling courses that makes money? Not really. I have done it. I've started 2 years and a half ago, and I've literally seen people who started content creation, especially when it comes to dropshipping, before they even started selling themselves. But it took me 2 years and a half to decide to even share what I've experienced. So I wouldn't call this really what you just claimed. But I do agree. There's a huge percentage. I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm gonna be real. There's a lot of fake people in this game, and they're the ones that are renting Lambos and showing you shorts on your For You page. Unlike what I'm doing right now, I'm doing literally on average every stream is an hour long, and I'm showing you the hustle. I'm showing you what it actually takes to make this work. You know? And trust me, maybe even like less than 1% would take action on average. Like, I've watched myself before I started, I've watched 1 year worth of content. Like, I've wasted 1 year thinking that I'm learning from watching shorts. And then, I think, end of 2023 or like mid 2023 is when I started. Was it mid 2023? Either start or mid, I don't know. It's like 2 years and a half. Okay. When I started, I realized that this 1 year that I spent prior researching and studying how to dropship was a waste of time. The best way for you to actually learn is to do what I'm doing right now. You need to actually be in the game where you look for a product, find people who are talking to you in the same game, who understand what is a winning product, what is worth running. Because environment is really important, that's one. And two, experience is important. Like, you need to actually try and learn from your mistakes. So I went too far with this rant, like this topic, but I had to clear it up because I feel what you're saying, Collard. You know, I've been there. So where were we? Apart from warming up the account, I need to find videos to repost and give credit to. Now, this is the hard part, in my opinion. A theme page is not easy to do. So I'm gonna have to research, but the thing is, I'm live, so I don't know what I could be showing on screen. I'm gonna do my best though. Okay, we're gonna go for more generic. This might actually work. Oh, only 1,000. Come on. You know, guys, like, I'm gonna be real with you. I have never used hashtags to find products. You know, I've always found viral content to replicate through my For You page. But the thing is, my account is so new and I'm doing this live, so I don't know what's gonna pop up randomly on my For You page, but I think we're gonna do it anyway. But yeah, the short answer here is For You page is the best way to find actual good content, which is like recently going viral. Okay, I'm scrolling off screen and I can already see some weird shit. So give me a moment. But yeah, honestly, I might just like repost like motherhood content and give them credit. Make a theme page for anything that has to do with emotion. It doesn't really have to do with loved ones yet, and then rebrand it. This is what I'm thinking right now. Okay, I'm gonna save this. I give you what? I code. You have two websites for dropshipping? Wait, are you from? I'm curious. Did you come from the stream or from YouTube? How come you do dropshipping too? I'm just gonna watch all these videos. I need to like warm up the account anyway. From the stream. Interesting. Wait, so you have coded for other dropshippers or for your own websites? Because honestly, aren't they on Shopify anyway? Or do you mean like you made them the theme? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, nowadays websites are getting easier to make, but there's still like the best way I would see coding websites is to create a pre template or like a theme and then selling it like a digital product. Like Shrine Theme. You know Shrine Theme, right? That guy is a millionaire at this point. Oh, you don't? Oh, you create custom, okay. Yeah, creating custom is more advanced, which I respect. Okay, so where were we? The warm-up part, if I were to do the entire process, guys, and I'm sure I'm not gonna show this all on stream on YouTube, is very boring, but you get the point. You're gonna have to do a lot of this. Am I on the right screen? I'm on the wrong screen. I'm gonna do it again. Alright guys, so now that I've shown you how to warm up an account, it's a boring process. You just need to find viral content in the niche that you're in. So for my case, it's anything that has to do with emotion, preferably something that has to do with loved ones or memories. But if you want to even be more generic, it's fine. You could just do like a clip from here and there, whatever just sparks an emotion, preferably for women, and post them, give credit, just like any other theme page. And then by the time your product arrives, you're gonna have a bunch of views, a bunch of follows. That's where you create new content and post. So let's say we're done with this for now, because I'm gonna have to do this more off stream, and it's a very long process. We've done also the research marketing, but most importantly is the competitors, okay? Because once you have a list like this, you're gonna not only have more ideas to replicate the moment you receive the product and want to create it yourself, but also you can get inspiration. Like, you don't even have to replicate exactly one-on-one whatever they did. Like, for example, although I'm not gonna go for the ultrasound pictures, I'm actually gonna go for similar backgrounds. Like, I can know for a fact that if I get similar background to his, I'm gonna, have a hard chance of going viral. So let's see, what did he go for here? So here he was wearing long sleeve hoodies, so that you might think it's a woman holding the orb. And then this seems like wooden background, very basic. Yeah, very basic background. This is obviously one of the preparation steps. You need to prepare your background before the product arrives. Let's see another video. By the way, the angle he went for in terms of marketing is so good. Like, this hook is super emotional for women. Or, families in general. Oh, that's kind of smart. The link in bio. So, was it similar background? Hoodie again. This time it's a brighter background. Okay, he actually changed up the background. That's cool. Interesting. And there's a towel down here. Yeah, it seems a very replicatable, setup. But yeah, there's been some effort into the videos. Okay, what next? Wait, did I close Myro? So yeah, this is number 4 that I was showing earlier. The props and the photoshoot angle. This is obviously gonna be done off stream. Gonna have to find a corner and decorate it or something. The thing is, I've never run a product for women before. I don't think. Maybe the Showbox, but it didn't have a similar background as this. So this is gonna be interesting. On stream is so good to create website? Yes. Usually whenever I see like these people doing the speedrun challenge, especially on YouTube, everyone's doing number 1, the website. But the thing is, the website is only important if you're doing paid ads. We are doing organic dropshipping, so realistically, the website would do us no favor right now. We need to bring in attention, bring in some leads before we have a website. Now, my next stream, I could make the website just for the sake of showing you guys how to make it. But realistically speaking, you don't need one. And I'm just trying to clear up all this controversy because I have fell into the same trap. I've watched a video, like a 10-hour video, how to make a custom, like on-demand product website. And that took me like 6 hours to finish with like speed on. So It's a waste of time. Keep the website till the end, and now with AI you could do it faster. If you're looking for a theme, I would say Shrine, but as a starter you don't need to go for Shrine. It's expensive for people starting out. Instead you could go for Motion or what was the other one? I use Motion personally, so that's what I recommend. On the website you don't need to pay because it's so free and easy. Yeah, I'm telling you, like with AI, like currently I would go for a free one if I'm starting out, and then I would have ChatGPT on the side and then copy paste everything. I think I would do it next stream pretty much. Yeah, you're right. Next stream I could show you guys website building. Yeah, I know. For website developers, I don't know how you guys even handle it now with AI. But I just told you like a good idea. Like if I were a coder and I relied mostly on making websites, I would just make a template. Search up Shrine theme. Whoever made that is a millionaire, literally. You just need to make a good website, which is, custom, and then sell it. Sell the license. It's good money. All right. So hopefully this stream was kind of inspiring to some of you guys. It's been 2 hours almost. I feel like this passed so quickly because I felt like I didn't give enough information, but I literally gave you guys one of my like products which I want to run but I haven't run yet. So if you've been watching from the start, you could literally take that product and run it. Okay. But yeah, this product is really good. The one we chose. You could see like it's clearly getting a lot of attention recently. And again, I'm gonna have to stress one more time. The reason I'm going for this product is because you can market it today for mothers, and then once this meta or this, market falls down, it doesn't get as much attention, which I really doubt, you could change to selling it to dog owners, cat owners, for pretty much anything you want. And this is a new strategy which I don't think I've heard people talk about. It's literally it's linked to having a custom product. So you would have one product here, and then this is custom, right? And then you make 2 accounts. So I have 2 phones. Preferably if you have 2 phones, you could make 5 accounts here, 5 accounts there. The reason I say 5 is because one on YouTube, TikTok, IG, Facebook, and Snap. So you would do it twice, and then here you would sell it for, in this case, cat, or just say pet owners, and then here for mothers. So in this particular, like at this case, you could create 2 different brands, and Shopify account costs like $1. So you pay $1 here, $1 there. Make 2 different stores, different names, and they would look as competitors, but you own both. And this is like a very powerful strategy. I'm gonna show you that I'm not talking shit. There's actually someone doing this. I don't think I've heard anyone talk about this, by the way, but this is a very valid strategy. Like, you should be doing it. It's like a safe net to having one winner at the start. So this product, if you've been in the game, you know what I'm talking about here. They sell it for car, like night rides and stuff, but that was the first trend. Once it was gone, they changed it up, and this guy now sells it for one for bike owners and then another one for airsoft players or whatever. Now obviously the airsoft didn't work out, he was just testing, So now he's doubling down on the bike owner. But you get the point. Like some of the more advanced dropshippers are doing this for a reason, because their product allows them to. So it's like technically worth doing. You don't lose anything, you know? So yeah, for my particular product, I'm gonna test. I think I'm gonna do this because I already have a pet. I have an affiliate who has a pet. So we're gonna test this for pets, and then not for mothers. We're gonna do it for okay. For memorials, or remembering loved ones. So hopefully the stream was clear, was informative. I'm gonna have to piece it though. Pets is good, yeah. It's always good to go for this niche because from experience I noticed if you don't have a pet, you're gonna always stay away from selling products for pets. But this makes it a high barrier entry niche. So if you have a pet or you find a product which can be sold to pet owners, I think you have the upper hand in some scenarios. But yeah, I don't want you guys to forget that the main reason why I'm even talking about dropshipping is because I found that pump and dump does not work. Branding works. I spent 1.5 years to 2 years wasting them on pump and dump. Nothing worked. Tested my first branded product. I still run it till this day. And fortunately, it did well the past year. Now we're in the process of scaling it. So I'm not trying to sell a course like this guy mentioned earlier. Instead, I'm actually trying to scale my team up, getting affiliates where you get a commission per sale. You don't do much, you just repost, and you get to learn from me. So yeah, today what I showed you guys was just a start of how to make another branded store. And on paper, this product might not seem like too good, but it's the concept. It's not even the product, it's the concept. Like anything that's custom will give you longevity for testing it and flexibility to keep on going, you know? So I would really honestly put custom very close to the word brand in terms of dropshipping, obviously. Like if you want to build a product which can give you like consistent monthly revenue, where it's not like a pump and dump, then go for a custom product where you could run it for a long time and always test different markets. So I would put them hand to hand. Like if you want to build a brand, try to find a product which is customized, which cannot be found on Amazon, and you're going to be ahead of competition. Okay? So yeah, I hope you guys learned a few things from the stream. It was a very long one though. So I gotta peace out. Hope you guys enjoyed this.